Back here at Miller Park in Milwaukee, I'm Kevin McAlpin with 680 The Fan and the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. We're getting you set for the finale and the rubber match of this three-game set between the Braves and the Brewers coming your way today at 2:10 p.m. Eastern. Braves dropping last night's contest 13-1. And you know what? When you play 162 of these, you're going to have nights like last night. 9 of those 13 runs, though, being scored off the bullpen. Relievers Jerry Blevins, Huascar Ynoa, and Touki Toussaint. Braves enter play 20 games over 500 here today. They are 58-38. They've got a 6.5 game cushion over the second place Nationals and 8.5 over the third place Phillies here in the National League East standings. Meanwhile, the Brewers improved to 49-47, back into second place in the NL Central. They are 2.5 games back of the first place Cubs. Braves' 5-game winning streak coming to an end last night in Game 2. However, they do enter play 8-2 in their last 10 games, 10-2 in the month of July. Bryce Wilson, he retired 8 of the first 9 batters faced, but then second time through the order, a similar situation to what we saw in that start for him against the Chicago Cubs. They were teeing off on his changeup, and his slider wasn't as crisp the second time around. So Bryce Wilson, after a good start, breaking ball just wasn't there second time through the order. And again, the bullpen, 9 of those 13 runs being scored off of guys who aren't your typical high-leverage relievers for the Braves. How about Ronald Acuna Jr.? He enters play today with a 10-game hitting streak. He's also reached base safely in 22 consecutive games. Braves are 10-2 in rubber matches here this season, and they've certainly performed well when trying to close out series victories. As I mentioned, they give the ball to Dallas Keuchel here today. 31-year-old southpaw making his 6th start of the season for the Braves. Friday night in San Diego, he gave up 1 earned on 6 hits over 7 innings pitched. But the one thing I thought was really interesting, talking to Dallas after the game, he said, you know what, I love going 7 innings, but one of these next couple starts, I'd love to get into the 8th or even the 9th. So you love that mentality from a veteran guy, and who knows, maybe he can get deep into a ball game, even deeper than we've seen. But it seems like every time out there, he's gotten better and better, and that's scary news for the Milwaukee Brewers. Couple of matchups to keep an eye on today. Lorenzo Cain, 8 for 20 lifetime against Dallas Keuchel, a couple of doubles and a couple of homers. Mike Moustakas, on the other hand, just 2 for 14 with a double lifetime off Dallas Keuchel. Chase Anderson, 31-year-old right-hander out of the University of Oklahoma. He gets the start for the Brewers here today. 4-2 with a 4.27 earned run average on the season in 18 appearances, 13 starts on the year for Chase Anderson. Homers have been an issue the last couple of seasons. 41 homers he's allowed in his last 229 innings going back to the start of 2018. Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna Jr. each with a homer apiece against the veteran right-hander for the Brewers here today. 2:10 p.m. Eastern is your first pitch. If you're looking for the Braves clubhouse report, Ben and I will have the clubhouse report tomorrow, Thursday at 2:30. Typically we're on today. Wednesdays at 2:30. We're getting bumped back a day. Brian Snitker and Charlie Culberson will be our guests on this week's show. But first things first, we got the rubber match between the Braves and the Brewers coming up. Ben Ingram and Jim Powell have the call for you right here on 680 The Fan and the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.